everyone, I'm Kyla Gynell, Trono, and for today's discussion, we will answer the questions: what is the 4C's of the 21st century? To whom does this idea started? What are the reasons why these literacies should be taught in the 21st century classroom? And how can the teacher help the students to achieve this kind of skills? As a part of our readiness of being a teacher, it is necessary to consider teaching 21st century skills in our curriculum. 4C's is often considered as the most important teaching skill, for it is essential for the modern students to succeed in the school or in their workplace. It originates from the Twitter infographic post of Mr. Zach Leonard way back the year 2016. This could be the 4C's for any century classroom, as all of these skills are timeless and highly valued not only inside the classroom but in all professions. The 4C's of the 21st century are critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. This skill often makes the biggest impact in terms of setting students apart when applying or starting their careers. In this video, I will let you discover what each skill entails and why are they so important to each other. Let's begin with the critical thinking. Critical thinking is the practice of solving problems among qualities. It empowers the students to discover the truth in assertion, especially when it comes to separating the facts and opinions. Critical thinking lets the students to don't just learn from the fact but also to discover themselves the qualities and figures. This is where they ask why and how questions in their everyday life that prepares the students to be independent and to have a purposeful thoughts. As a teacher, you can apply this in the learning classroom by letting the students construct their reflections about an article or a story, conducting a case study, ask them to analyze and synthesize, draw conclusions, or make connections. For the second skill, we have creativity. Creativity is the practice of thinking outside the box. With this skill, the students can learn how to be creative by solving problems, creating systems, or just trying something new that they haven't tried before. It doesn't mean that being creative is to become an artist or a writer. Instead, it is the skill of being able to look into multiple perspectives that others may not see. Creativity allows the students to embrace their inner strengths by looking into bigger picture before planning or deciding into something. Creativity skill also allows the students to express their creativity in a healthy and productive ways. The learner who have applied creativity in their daily lives don't just settle on how things have always been done, because they can figure out a better way. This skill can be practiced by activities in the classroom such as design thinking, marker space, or genius R. In fact, creativity works better when it combined with the next 21st century skill: collaboration. Collaboration is very much important because whether we realize it or not, we'll probably need to work with other people for the rest of our lives. Practicing collaboration helps the students to understand how to address a problem, how to pitch a solution, and how to decide the best course of action. Everybody needs everyone, and we must learn from each other, but collaboration can also affect in two different ways. It could discourage them if nobody seems to agree about their idea, but it can also encourage them because they can realize that they are bringing up something unique in their conversation. As a teacher, it can be crucial for us to encourage students to look at themselves. But we should still motivate them and help them to know the importance of collaboration in their lives. By the activities like inquiry circles, project-based learning team, or group discussions, the learners will be able to practice to collaborate with people. The skill of speaking up their ideas will eventually help them when they have to work with other people. The last one was communication. Communication is the practice of conveying ideas quickly and clearly. Communication is not just putting your ideas into words or sentences. This skill also focuses in one's ability to make a proper conversation in a particular group of people. For example, the mayor is having a speech about his plans in the community. Therefore, he should speak formally and should directly point out his idea. He should consider who his audience was and how appropriate are the words that he says. While in another situation where friends are planning and conveying their ideas for the year-end party, the person should speak informally or naturally the way he speaks with his friends. Communication comes in many ways. It also includes your ability to know if your audience is still engaged in what you are talking to. You should learn how to read your audience to determine if you should keep on expanding your idea or you should wrap up your idea. This skill can be practiced inside the classroom with the help of activities such as accountable talk, situational speeches, blogs, or can be incorporated with video productions. The point of this skill is as students practice communication, they become better and efficiently in conveying their ideas without losing their point in speaking. But still, it is important to note that communication is not enough to help the students in the 21st century. To really succeed, the students need to use the 4 skills all together. But how do 4C's works together? The skills themselves are so general and it is so difficult to pin down what, how, or why students should learn the 4C's. It is more accurate to say that students need the 4C's for any and every reason. Critical thinking teaches the students to question claims and seek truth. Creativity teaches students to think in a way that's unique to them. Collaboration teaches the students that groups can create something bigger and better than you can on your own. Communication teaches students how to efficiently convey ideas. Combined, the 4C's empowered the students to become one think tanks. Then, when those students get together, they can achieve almost everything. Every person has their own skills, but for us teachers, we should be willing enough to learn each day. This knowledge may give us wisdom on our actions and decisions in the future. Proverbs chapter 14 verse 15 says that, "The simple believes everything, but the prudent gives thought to his steps." That's all for our discussion of 4C's in 21st century. Again, I am Kyla Gynell, Trono, and thank you so much for listening.